It's Flip Life Lockdown. We're live. Right, I'm slipping there. Flip Life Lockdown, episode 8, live at 8. We're checking in. I'm just waiting for Big Ben to join. Abby's going to join us shortly. Today I've asked the people, are we still in lockdown? Today's show, we're basically just going to be doing like catch up, what's been going on, what's going on with the lockdown, what's going on, what's the current news, etc. And we've kind of decided we're going to try and make these shows more regular, like at least twice a week. Like, cause we've been waiting on certain things, like waiting on certain guests, waiting on doing certain big topics, and like sometimes we just take too much time doing planning instead of just remembering that the core of this show is us guys getting together and talking, and like actually we don't need guests on it all the time. So cool. What we're gonna do, I think, is we missed it yesterday, but we're gonna aim for Mondays and Thursdays, I think, and just do it every week. Those 2 days. We'll be here, myself, Novar FLIP, Big Ben, and Abi K will be here chatting about what's good and what's going on. Got a special background today with a beautiful mural of Ty that was made in Brixton. R.I.P. Ty, we touched on that a bit on the last show. Yeah, I saw this and I just thought, posted that straight away, man. What a wonderful tribute. We're all still kind of dealing with that situation. Here's Big Ben. It's only a minute late. Big Ben is connected to audio and cannot hear you. Let's see. Yeah, I saw this.
Yo.
Hold on. What am I doing, man? I just went onto the live video and done a little madness. But anyway, what's good, brother?
Are we online now?
Yeah, we're online, man.
No, shit.
You didn't realize we're going straight in, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't realize. What you saying?
Just here, man. I need to check something on the live video. I was just explaining what we're doing and all of that. 1 second. Do you know what? This video is unlisted, like it's not public, but I don't know if that happens every time, and because I share the link, people just got it. Public, save. No, that made it private. Save. I'm probably mashing up the whole stream for people that's watching and all that right now. All right, now we're public. What's good, brother? Where are you going already?
Yeah.
We've got to start to as well, man.
Well going.
What's that from? So I didn't hear you.
I said one.
Bro, I can't lie. I'm just right now, yeah. I'm just actually fucking mad tired. I'm like, I got like 3 hours sleep, yeah. So my daughter came through or stayed last night, yeah. And they're bringing out the live action Mulan film, innit? Mulan.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I've never watched Mulan the film ever in my life, like the Disney
original
film,
yeah.
The original. Yeah. So I'm like, right, and I see Regs one day posting, like Mulan, like top 5. You know what I'm saying, like on his Twitter, and I was like, bro, I've never watched it. He was like, fucking hell, man, it's only been like what, 20 years.
Nah.
He's just mocking, man. Like, so I was like, cool. And like now my daughter, she don't fall asleep early because she's a teenager, so we like watch films late and shit. You know what I'm saying? We watched that. I was like, bro, dope. You know what I'm saying? It's got Eddie Murphy, and I didn't know that. I clocked Eddie Murphy's voice straight away.
Yeah. He's in that and Shrek as well. Like,
yeah, of course. But I was like, yo, this was hard, man. Like, and that just had me up late. And then after that, my daughter was like, she wants to watch anime stuff. So I was like, let's watch Death Note. Yeah, so we watched a couple episodes of Death Note. So I was up there. Yeah,
we're watching Death Note and Mulan. What are you thinking of that? Educating your child through animation, dude. But
she was educating me on Mulan, because she was like, yo, this is one of my favorite films too. Like, she was like, I love this film.
Mulan, like, you're a bit late still.
Yeah. So it was dope though, it was fire. But my point was, I'm like, after all of that, then my baby mother woke me up at 8 o'clock this morning because he wanted to call me about something with my daughter was over, etc. And I'm like, yo, and I was just been up since. No, they was whatever. Fuck's sake, what you have to wake me up for? Nah, so I'm just a bit knackered. But other than that,
That's why in quarantine I recommend napping to people. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, to be honest, but I'm not
take
good.
a siesta, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a good napper unless I've been training. When I'm working out a lot, I can nap. You know what I'm saying? Like that will knock me out certain times. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I asked online a few things today, so we've got a few things to talk about.
All right, good luck. I was thinking we were just gonna talk to each other about life and that. Like, I
Yeah,
ain't
we
been.
can though. We can though. That's what I was just explaining to the listeners before you came in that we're gonna try and do this twice a week and focus it on us just chatting about stuff. Obviously, I think we need a bit of structure. We should bring back the Waste Man of the Week segments and certain things like that. Maybe have some segments to do with stuff that goes on in the groups, you know. But we can just be here like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying?
1 second. Can you see me?
Yeah. But you're zoomed in now. I'm looking up your nose now.
Oh, good. Yeah. Have I got any bogey?
I see now.
No, that wasn't a real question.
So the main question I asked today, I said, are we still in lockdown? The last couple of days I've been asking about like, yo, does anyone know the rules? I'm saying I was walking my daughter home today. This one made me think of just asking it like that because my daughter was like, lockdown's over, innit? She just came out of it and I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, it's over, innit? Like, you're allowed to go check your bedrooms and that. And
You can go park and that.
I was like, yeah, I guess, but 2 meters apart. But I don't know, innit? Because it was just like, yeah, we talked about this on the last show because he just done the explanation where he was just like, yeah, but no, but yeah, but whatever.
But everything they've done is yeah, but no, but yeah. But I'm so confused. Like, they're just confusing the hell out of everyone. Like, there's definitely gonna be some confusion because certain people told. Even when I went past the park over the weekend, the way it was ran,
Yeah,
people think you're allowed out.
yeah. I've still been mostly looking down. You know what I mean? I pop out to the shop and that, but I ain't like, yeah, I ain't changed much. I said this before. I haven't worn a mask once or gloves, but I'm not going anywhere far.
So when you go cash point, you don't glove up. You don't like.
Do you know what? Like I can't lie. Like I just tuck my finger into my sleeve whenever I kind of like open the door. You know what I'm saying? I just do the hood version, innit? And it's like
same.
It's only because I'm only thinking of it in the moment, innit? Like shit, what am I gonna do? Yeah, like, like I just.
Sometimes I just ride it out.
Yeah. Certain times I do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know, man. I haven't been as careful as I should have been. I know that.
No, I ain't, man. And I think, like I was saying to someone yesterday, like the Thai situation, obviously, that brought it home for man a little bit, where it's like, yo, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew a couple, man, who had it as well. You know what I'm saying? But for someone to pass, I'm like, yo, this is not no joke thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, but I stopped watching the news. I stopped watching the numbers of what they're announcing and all of that. Man, don't know what the fuck to believe. Like, get on with I gotta get on with shit, man.
Yeah, you gotta take it. You gotta take, like, be as careful as you can. But like, I don't know. Like, some of our friends are taking it to extremes that I ain't taking it to. Like, I know man like Kingpin, man like Hawaii.
Yeah.
Them men are so active. I feel like, oh, maybe I don't care enough. Maybe I should be more careful like they are. Like, the chair after everybody I see, get me, and debt on my hands.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's crazy. Nah, that's true. Hey, all right. There's a couple of things I want to talk about though. There's other new stuff going on. You know what we haven't talked about a lot here is all of the battles that are going on, and I haven't watched them. I haven't watched one. You know, not even one. You know,
What, the battles?
Nah, nothing. I watched nothing.
Well, I watched all of them.
Is
like,
it?
I've even watched the false starts. Like, I've watched well, not even all of them, yeah. So I ain't watched some of the R&B ones. I missed them. I missed like Neo and that. But I mean, I watched Little John versus
Bro, I don't even know about this one.
Little John versus T-Pain. I watched.
Okay. Who won that? Who won that? T-Pain shut down.
Horrible. Oh
Horrible,
my God.
isn't it? Come on, like shout out Little John and that, innit? But shout out saying, Remember, man, done a show in Liverpool. Was you on road them times? I done a show in Liverpool. I was supposed to support Little John, and he didn't turn up. You get me? So I imagine the battle went a bit like that. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, Little John has got hits, but T-Pain got hit. He was making. He was just making everybody's hits for a hot minute as well. So there was like an era where he did every book.
Yeah.
Too much.
T-Pain would have been better. Like T-Pain would be. They should have done like both of these men will ducky T-Pain in it. But with you know they do things with certain rules in it. They done T-Pain versus Kanye only auto-tune songs.
Nah.
I'm saying or Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying like with no rapping songs, just only. You know what I'm saying? That would be hard.
The other people have been doing stuff like that. I think there was like a Fabulous versus Lloyd Banks mixtape battle with just mix songs.
The only one I have watched, the thing I have watched.
Them two didn't do it themselves. Other people did it for them.
I've been watching that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Vibes Cartel battle as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the no signaler, isn't it? So I've watched. That's what I have randomly watched. You know why? Because when we do this show, sometimes I come off and it's on YouTube and it suggests that in the corner, like, so I listened to the N-Dubs versus Western one. Yeah. That was the first one I listened to, and I've been seeing the tweets, and I was tweeting a little like team N-Dubs and that. N-Dubs won. But like the funny thing is, like the vibe of the people involved, everyone was they were bigging up N-Dubs a lot, especially for the legacy. But they're leaning towards but Western's the thing, because it's just current, and these are all like current. Like media people, do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of got it. It was just like, they're all saying Western, but I just knew that because it's voted online, isn't it? Like, and I kind of looked, and I wanted N-Dubs to win, innit? And I'd never done this before, so they went at the end. At the end, they goes, you can go to our Twitter now and vote for them all, yeah. So I go on the Twitter, and it's got polls, you know, like vote. It's got a poll, so you can select which song on each round, yeah. I'm obviously in here, like, let me make sure I back team N-Dubs, yeah. But I have to be honest. So the last two, 10 and 9, I looked at them and I thought, Western take those 2 rounds. Those are the 2 rounds that Western take, because that's their 2 huge hits, and the hits they chose that they put thing again. I was like, I don't even think that's the right N-Dub song to put against that. So it was into, innit? So I voted Western, thinking I'm gonna get down and now vote for N-Dubs 8 times. All of the questions were closed. They finished. Like I was too late to vote. I was like, raw. I just snaked the man them and all that.
I'm telling Fazer and Dappy.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like a snake. I'd been there tweeting like your team N-Dubs.
You voted for the West London news.
And then I voted for them, bro. I slipped, but they still won. And they still won some of those rounds.
With the other verses, there's no like rating system, so people rate it themselves. Yeah. The DJ Premier versus RZA one was dope. Who else? I watched bare of them. The Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott one was dope. Teddy Riley versus Babyface was funny.
I can't remember because I've been seeing it. Obviously, we got the WhatsApp group Snell set up. Yeah. That's the reason I ain't watched them, you know. I was amped up to. We was all gonna watch it on Zoom together, yeah. I was ready to do that, and I was amped up, but I was busy that evening, yeah. So I was doing something, but I was like, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, and I'm gonna lock off in my room, and I'm gonna join the man them, and we're gonna do this thing, yeah. Yeah. When Snell put in the thing like, let's just bust stroke in the WhatsApp group about it instead, I was just like, I'm going to bed. You know, like I was like, it's long. I can't even bother anyway.
What's been funny is no one has really cared about the other ones in the groups. So it's like, really, I've been alone at 2 a.m. I know no one else is like, especially for some of them. I mean, the Joe Scott Erykah one, no one was up. That was just me and all the Shea Butter bitches. Yeah, it was just me and them just getting.
No, I see people tweeting about that. I was gonna watch that. In fact, I did turn it on.
I love it. Really, because it is. Yeah, you see what? They're all just bigging each other up. So it's not even a battle. It's just like a love fest, isn't it? Where it's just like, oh my god. Especially with the RZA Primo one, they knew each other's songs all the way through. Teddy Riley and Babyface, they knew each other's songs.
So what I'm saying before we get too into this, I didn't even want to go into this too much here. The reason I brought this up. So someone, I've been thinking to myself, who can do like UK ones? Do you know what I'm saying? Like why, can UK rappers do this? Can we even be a part of this? Yeah. So, G-Bag put it out there like, yo, I'm on this thing, like who can go up against me? And they've locked that in for G-Bag versus Phoenix the Icefire.
That's a good battle.
They got so Phoenix the Icefire sent me the flyer here the other day, and I'm like, boom, there you go. 2 titans in the UK hip hop game go head to head and track for track to see who has the most fire. Like, I'm not gonna give my opinion on it too much. I think I like, I know both of them. I respect both of them. I like them both and their music, and they're both very talented. But I don't know if it's that perfectly matched. Maybe it is. Maybe.
Who would you do?
And then Genesis Elijah said online, who can I go head to head with, right?
Yeah.
And he's like asking, so people are giving him answers, right? So I'm like, yeah, maybe we should do a show about this. And I was like, on a set, like, rather than go into it all right now, like, maybe we should do a whole show and ask this as the question, like, yo, what UK rappers? And then we could talk about the American one as well. We could do a show on these battles. And then maybe we could even do one. You know what I'm saying? If man don't want to do it, like, if man don't, like, we could go, boom, like, all right, Black Twang, Rodney P. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just, like, you do the one and I do one, and we sit here and play the records. Like, that might be, we might do like a no signal thing. We could do them. You know what I'm saying? That might be jokes.
Yeah. I think you and Jen should do one. That would be a good one.
I saw Jen's thing, his post here, and obviously, like, me and Jen often say, like, that me and him and our careers have a similar trajectory and stuff like that. But, like, yeah, I'm not confident to go against Jen. Like, I think Jen's like, we're similar in a certain way, but when it just comes to, like, music and songs, he is a little level, like, he's got a level on me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like 10 for 10, and then he started, he's busting joke on his own songs. He listed 3. He went, yeah, I've got 10 songs in it. And he went, Jobless, what's the, let me pull it up.
Jobless remix.
Father's Day, innit? And I can't remember what the third one was. And like, people started adding ones. Like, I would add, I think it's called Psalms. Like, that's one of my favorite Gen songs. And I know that's probably on like 50K views or something. Like, it's not like, it's decent numbers and got decent following. I think I got 10. I think I got 10 songs that have done all right. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's not like everyone knows them. But the same with Jen, we've all got our little niche followings, I guess. So yeah, but I'll be honest, I didn't think to myself, yeah, I can go at Jen. I was almost going to write on him. I was going to reply Wordsmith because it was like them two at one point. But then he's done so many albums since Wordsmith. Of course, Wordsmith's got 10, but they'd all be from that period and Jen's would be spread out. It's not fair. It's not even in that sense. He said he thinks... Go on.
No, he said he thinks...
He said he thinks Michael Parkinson. But which year maybe? I'm not...
Michael's got a lot.
He's got a few albums and like some big songs and that. But I think Jen's just put so much output. I think again, Jen's gonna win that.
Michael got quite a lot of output still.
Yeah, and he has got big albums. Like they've done bits.
What UK producers could battle each other, do you think?
Yeah, there's big ones that could do that, innit? Like the current guys, innit? What's my man's name? Still Bangles. Who would he battle though? Like,
Try and Prove.
Yeah, maybe not, but like, Try and Prove. Nah, who would Try and Prove battle? I don't know, man. I don't know. Then there's that Fanatics group. They're big. There's a lot of things, but you have to match it up, right, innit? And then Jay said to Genesis that what about you and Logic? And he was like, and then even then Logic back down, like Jen back down, like I'm backing down talking about him because he was like, nah, I'm not going against no man who's got almost 2 mil streams on one song. My lane is 100K and under. Because like
Logic puts in work. That's what I'm
Logic's
saying.
got a couple, like there's a couple, like them couple songs that have done them bits. Like I think it's Spectator probably he's talking about. Like that's got a lot of views, bro. Like that done stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got them ones myself. Like, I got a few that have done good, the numbers are okay and stuff, but my following's different. It's like, my most cult stuff's not even fucking on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Like, the big Mudfam records we had back in the day, that's not even out digitally, bro.
Well, you say labels could battle each other, so you and Tibbs, Words and Jen, but Words ain't released enough to battle Jen either.
They weren't on they weren't on a label together. But any of us could do it, you know what I mean? It'd be jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
I want to see a UK hip hop one around that. Sometimes I'm thinking about them generation. Who could battle who? It's hard because you know what? Not a lot of man was really even in a similar lane, like
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Everyone had
Yeah,
their
because they're
own.
trying to match up people that are a bit similar, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, like they had like a similar, like close lane, like, or at least like, you know, Little John and T-Pain are both party music. But
yeah.
who are the two party music rappers of British hip hop? Who are the two conscious rappers? It's not two that have similar trajectories or two that have similar catalogs.
All right, I think the big obvious one, yeah, would be Skinny Man versus. You say who you think I'm going to say? Do you think work it out?
Rodney P.
Nah. Oh, you're going to come repeat that. No, I told nah. I already said what I thought would happen in that battle. I don't know. Songs is a different thing though. So
Skinny Man versus Way.
Kalashnikov.
Oh yeah, no, that would be perfect. Still,
Yeah.
that would be a very interesting battle.
Clash got more albums than him and all of that, but it's still like Clash's big stuff is from the one period or one album mostly.
Yeah, no. Clash got 3 albums, but Skinny Man got enough.
A lot of features, a lot of extras, a lot of other shit.
Extras make it up to the numbers. You get me? So it's like that would be a dope battle. But
they won't do it themselves. So we might have to do that. We might have to do that for fun. That's it.
No, that would be dope. Still, dope. I don't know which side I'd want to do.
Or we might have to sit out and get 2 DJs, like 2 UK hip hop, like, you know, DJs who are about in the scene, like even like underground ones, and go, cool, you join the Zoom, you're gonna play him, you're gonna play him. So then we're not there going, I'm this one and I'm that one. Because on the 10 for 10 thing, they give their speech of why.
I'm down to put my song in. I don't care. Listen, I'll do. They don't always.
Yeah. No, but one person has to rep that artist. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have to go, cool, I'm Clash. Yeah, I'm repping Clash, and then you play your song, you say why you played it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they did it on the No Signal thing anyway.
Okay, when they're battling each other, sometimes they tell a little story.
Yeah.
Sometimes they try to clash. But hey, by the way, apparently the Jamaicans are about to get involved. And what I really want is for after the Jamaican ones have done some of the old American ones to rebattle with the Jamaican energy once they've seen. No, I'm saying, cause it's bare love. There's bare love, like.
Oh yeah, with the real, like, the real like, savage.
Oh my God, you know what? Like, you're the man. You're like the best person I ever met, and like I can't believe I'm getting to do this. But with the Jamaican one, I know it's not gonna be none of that. It's gonna be best fire.
Obi Joe said on the comment, Baby J, on the producers.
Yeah, Baby J versus who?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like Baby J of an era.
No, he can't.
Like he can't, like now, like at a certain era, we always said Show and Prove that Baby J and Show and Prove could have battled at a certain era. Baby J can't battle Show and Prove now. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a myth.
Yeah. Who's this? Precious. It said, what are you saying about us?
About who?
I don't know. That must have been in reference to something you was just saying or whatever.
I really don't know what she's on about. She should have put more details in the comments. We can't even. There's not even a time.
Right, let's get off of this topic because I really think we should do a whole show about this. Like we could get ask people like, who do you think the matchups? Like, what's the matchups?
I got to think of the UK ones because you just dropped it on me and my brain was just like, oh
yeah. Like, what's the matchups and how can we facilitate any of them? And can we do like get DJs to do them? If not, it might be jokes. It might be a bit of fun. You know what I'm saying, since it's a thing in the culture right now.
I was saying, Precious, that the Jamaican battles when they do the verses are going to be much doper than the American ones.
Yeah.
The disrespect in the songs it's not going to be no. Oh, yes, well this song, you know, I really like that. It's going to be.
Let's take it to Sting.
Let's take it to Sting. That's what I want, man. Sting on Instagram. Yeah, Stingstagram. You get me?
All right. So before we get into this debate about what the hell is going on, yeah, I did ask people before I started that debate. I asked the people, what should we talk about on today's show? So let's just see Oh my God, there's been some wild shit going on the internet. You see that pagan that I just started this. I tried to get myself banned on Facebook the other day. I was like, fuck it, let me just start pissing people up. I started telling people, fuck your mom. Like,
I see it. You was trying to get.
I was like, yo, could someone report that? Do you know what I'm saying? Man goes, I shared a picture of the dude, yeah. Man said that this guy's name, David Gibson on Facebook. You can't find him because he's got so many of them. It said Jeremy Corbyn is a racist, anti-Semitic waste of oxygen who shouldn't even be on the back benches after his links with a terrorist group, vile man, yeah. And then you look at the picture of the guy, he's got an English Defence League tattoo on his chest, yeah.
No.
He's got a fucking National Rail logo on his arm, which is just, I don't know what the fuck that's doing there, but it says underneath it, CSF, which I found out is city service firm or city something firm. It's like some, like, you know, that hooligan firm in Bristol. So he's claiming to be part of that. And he's got a gollywog on his wall in the picture.
That was the hilarious part, yeah. And then there were people there commenting like, oh, what? My mom's got a gollywog. And
that's what I'm saying. I shared that picture and his post, and I was like, look at this stupid cunt. Yeah, so I was like, let me just get savage with it. And then someone went, my mom's got a gollywog. And I was like, yeah, she's a racist cunt as well. So I was just like, yeah. And I was like, I'm having it today. Let's have it.
That guy's hilarious though, man. The guy, the original post guy, is calling Jeremy Corbyn a racist, anti-Semitic with a gollywog on his wall and EDL tattooed to his chest. He just believed in the madness. It was just,
I don't know if he was real. Like, if I look at some of the comments. I'm O'Shea, you know, a battle rapper from O'Shea.
He knows him.
He said, isn't that knobhead from the football hooligan program? He said it's some guy from a football hooligan program, which made me think it might be a fake account and someone just used a picture from a program. But he was like, nah, like, he's like that. That might literally be his account. I'm saying and then, Prince Kong said he's very passionate about the British Rail. And I said, yeah, I don't think he realized Corbyn wanted to nationalize it.
Yeah, I see
that. And then fucking, then Merciless. You know who my man from Slam Jam, the guy who's hosting Slam Jam after us, Merciless.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, yeah, it must be Welsh. They all think it's acceptable in Wales, yeah? And then people start coming at him like, yo, you can't say that about the Welsh. Now you can't just say all Welsh people are. And it got into a thing, like, for time, like, where he was just saying some dodgy stuff. I'd just be like, let me just keep it moving. And then he started saying, don't label people, and one coming them towards, and then he's calling people social justice warrior after don't label.
It's like, look, it's just a toy. I was like, listen, I was gonna come in and help you start dissing that guy's mum. I was gonna say, listen, relax with your mum's sex toy on the wall. That's disgusting.
Yeah, bro. I said shit like that to him as well. Bro, it got peak because that guy was like, yo, they got them in museums. It's not like rare. So I was yeah. And I was like, yeah, bro, they have them in museums. Like, it's okay to have something in a museum to show the history of it and probably explain why it's wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? I was, that ain't the same thing as your mom keeping one in bed at night to rub one out to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then bare people, of course, bare people was like that. And then way later in the thing, way later in the comment, he goes, anyway, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's just something that's in my family. I can't wait to inherit it. I was like, right, make sure you give it a wash.
Yeah, you was trying to get kicked off. But you know what it is, when it's them posts, they get reported immediately. I swear there's trolls there.
But no one reported it. No one reported me. I didn't even get no report. Like, I was being savage. I started cussing next man's mom. Like, even one guy, people just started in. I'm like, yeah, your mom too. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just...
Shout out to... Yeah, that's how the versus battle should be. You get me? Just bare mom cussing. Yeah, that whole thread was crazy. And I forget we're still in England. People think gollywogs is just, you know.
So another thing happened, and this is to do with the lockdown conversation, is that there was a mad protest in Hyde Park. I didn't see all the full details of that.
Oh, yeah, I see Tara talking about that stuff.
Yeah. And I think apparently Corbyn's brother was there and got arrested.
Okay. It was like, I saw like the posters for it beforehand, or like the post for it beforehand, or like it was supposed to be a protest against the lockdown.
Yeah, but then apparently that was run by these EDL right as well. Yeah. From what?
Because a lot of people are like watching YouTube videos right now getting gas, so they went EDL by accident. Yeah. That's what I think happened with Corbyn's brother, innit? I don't know.
So these are the suggested topics that we had, right? And I'm just going to read them out. We're not necessarily going to talk about them, but this is just what people wanted us to talk about for future reference. Khan, Mixalis, Mehmet said music or politics as a question. Maybe that's to me. Or politics in music, and if and why it's important for artists to use their platform for good. We did that before with Loki. We did do that show. So that's one we've done. I'm going to shout Loki actually to come on this.
He dropped some jewels as well.
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm gonna repost that soon, and Loki's someone I haven't hollered to ask to come on this show again.
He was like German Whip is a political song.
Yeah. There you go. And that's the thing I always say. Also, I was glad to hear him say that. I've been shouting people to come do the show, by the way. Professor Green said he will come and do it when his single is dropping. So there's that. Okay. But I don't know when that's gonna be. So Jack Miffo said we should talk about the hip hop industry. I think we do that every week. Danny
That's
Richie,
a bad suggestion, Jack. You should go better. Jack, you come with the jewels.
Danny Ritchie said we should talk about Ty Parson and his views on the whitewashing of hip hop. And the reason he said that is because I spoke about that slightly on the thing the other day, and I think that is something we can slightly touch on. We can talk about that post.
I also spoke to him about that, so yeah, I can do definitely about that.
Alan Lawrence Gold. Alan, sorry man, what the fuck, man? This is what's his name? Deckbreaker, I think. And ask if people exist who voted for both Trump and Obama in their lifetime and examine their mental profile. Besides Kanye, that is. Otherwise, I don't know, lockdown. That's a deep question.
I don't think Kanye voted for either of them.
Kingpin said we should talk about the under 30 music rich list. Kingpin's coming with some current news for man. Like, Kingpin's in the loop.
Look at King.
I didn't know that was a conversation. I haven't seen that conversation. Some of these, and then Elaine Sanders has said, why aren't there more live musicians involved in recording and performance collaborations? They are hip hop fans too. More live musicians involved in recording and performance collaborations. So she means basically like, why don't we use live music in hip hop more? I like that. I like that as a suggestion a lot. I tried to with some of my albums, man, but it's hard work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Making it happen, like on the recorded side. But I always wanted to when I come back to doing live shows again. That's still my plan.
Can we tell Kingpin? I just looked at the list and I know 2 names on it, so let's just forget the list, innit?
So who's the 2 names?
Well, Ed Sheeran and Harry Styles. I swear they're not.
Well, they're the rich under 30s list, yeah.
In UK, yeah. Who's Jack Sullivan? Who's India Rose? Who's I know Gareth Bale. Oh, my bad. And
I know them names briefly.
And in Joshua and Gareth Bale as well.
Yeah.
But like, I don't.
That was the ones that
Charlotte Wesley. I don't know who these people are. Jack Sullivan and family.
And the ones that we do know, they just sound kind of obvious, innit?
Yeah. I'm glad Joshua's making all that pee off his fights, but that makes me happy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So one of them conversations, I don't want to touch on this loads because I said this thing about the Thai thing, like I posted, like I sat and read through like all my like inbox messages with Thai on Facebook just one night, the other night. I was just like, I just got in a moment. I don't know why I fucking did it. It was bare late as well. You know, that's was gonna keep man up bare late after reading all that. I sat and read the whole thing. Like, it was going back years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the big conversations was years ago. And I realized that like there was a point where Ty was pushing our platform, like, yo, this is the great platform and the place for certain conversations that I think have been needed. And I think there was a point where he decided this isn't the platform anymore. And it reminded me, I think part of that was with the person whose name we don't speak about anymore, who I had my conflict with to do with these race issues, the right wing rap, you know, my man. I think the point where Taz started saying, look, man, this is getting dragged out too long. Like, stop talking about this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stop giving him attention. And it's not getting to the crux of the issue anymore. So, and it kind of went in different directions from then. But then I wrote a post just saying we were having a great conversation about the kind of whitewashing of hip hop, UK hip hop at one point, and meaning the specific UK hip hop niche scene we were kind of from. And it was just really interesting. And then someone was like, and I didn't even mean for this to start the debate. I was just reading my thoughts because I just read something and like it was on my mind. And people started talking about it, and someone was like, what did he say? Let's discuss his opinion. And I thought, nah, maybe that's not the right thing to do anyway, because some conversations are private for a reason. We had a private conversation. So the parts of it are not. But then there's parts of it that I know he said a lot publicly anyway. And then people started talking about their conversations with him. And I thought, yeah, there's levels to this. There's parts of this that is fine to discuss.
Well, the parts that need discussion publicly, like, because like even when I talked to him, there was things that he was suggesting we talk about and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And okay, because I didn't really understand, like when we was trying to get him on, when I was talking to him, I realized, okay, he had like a certain, there were certain things he felt like needed to be discussed that we were missing out on in particular debates that we had already had.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't really understand the angle of it. And I was like, oh yeah, because there's he's been in the game for years.
Yeah.
So really seen things from inside the industry a lot.
Yeah.
Or he had a perspective that was different from me. I'm outside the game completely more time. So it's like seeing his view on it was interesting.
But I think again, like it's not I'm making him the center of it thing either. But like, it's important. I want to do it importantly in his honor in a sense. But that's my respect. That's my respect to him and our conversations. But it's the conversation itself that we need to get into. So I think we've always wanted to do that as a show and we've never done it. I remember we had that on our list, like the whitewashing of UK hip hop as a show to do. And I don't think we ever really did it. We did other shows where it came into the conversation, but we didn't do that show. And we used to always try and get a guest to be the center of being able to do a show, and that's probably why we never did it. We probably would have wanted Chester P to come and be the guest, or
and some UK rapper who we were almost gonna get, and that's why we kept putting it off. Yeah, and it just didn't. So, but we can do it without that, and just invite regular people to come and have their conversations as well. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people with experience in the game who aren't necessarily like rappers. There's DJs, there's all sorts of people who've got like perspectives on what and we were talking about it as well.
That's about what happened, isn't it? That's about what the situation was with this kind of whitewashing situation at a certain time, where, and that's why I don't really want to go into it too much now, because we'll do it properly in that show. Like I remember my conversations with people where I backed the other side, like to say, nah, like certain like artists. Like certain black artists are doing great and it's separate. Do you know, like I was like, you lot are separating this. I didn't like separating the UK hip hop into this little scene too much. If we included everybody and we go, nah, Stormzy's part of this, then you're not celebrating the thing. But it's because this was coming from a perspective of specific artists and a specific era and their legacy not being included. And I was dismissing that because I've got a different argument going on and I want these new artists to be respected more by the older people. So, but it's a separate thing, and I had to looking at hindsight now. I have to go, nah, those guys have a right to feel that way, innit? About that specific scene, and it did affect their lives, like.
And there's conversations you've had since where people have dropped these things on you, and you're like, okay, that's
fair enough.
That's how it is. So it's then you realize where they're coming from. Also, that affects your money.
Affects a man's livelihood, doesn't it? Of course.
Yeah.
Which is fair, like, and because I can look at it on one side and be like, you're thinking about yourself, and then on the other side I could be like, well, fair enough. All right, let's get into this conversation.
Where's
Abby is just not. She's just not here, man. Abby's not here today, man.
I fully missed the group chat like before the show. Like
she was saying she's gonna be late. She said she'd be at 5:30. She's having a problem with her phone.
Okay, I didn't even see all that.
She said, don't put me on blast. I said, you wish. And I haven't. And I said,
That's the only part I saw because it was underneath the Zoom. I was like, oh,
yeah. But so do you understand the rule? Do you understand the rules of the current lockdown?
No.
Yeah.
So what I kind of get is that you can't go to people's houses, but you can meet them in the park. But then when I saw Finsbury Park over the weekend, I was like, this don't make sense. Like there's a little like a training area in Finsbury Park.
Yeah.
And there was like 30 people there. There's only like 8 pieces of equipment.
The equipment's open.
Like no, people are climbing underneath it and stuff.
Ah. Yeah, because I was gonna say like all the parks near me what have got that equipment is all like fenced off, but not badly.
People are climbing underneath and doing pull-ups and like they removed the cover and stuff. Like people are working out.
Yeah, it's true though. Like, it's true. Fuck it. Like, I don't know, man. People are still using Boris bikes, so like, what the fuck?
Also, people are addicted to gym. You gotta remember, man. There's certain people who are going 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Some people are living for the Instagram shot. You get me?
So I asked the question: does anyone understand the current lockdown? Dean Husson said, "Not really," and I think that's the point. I'm gonna give that a like.
It's confusing. It don't make no sense. Like certain people are like, "Nah, we're free now," and then certain people are like, "No, I'm staying in. Second wave's done."
Yeah. All right. Listen, and then James Isley Elmi, I said, I understand that if you can't work from home, you can go to work, which has been the same since the start of the lockdown. You may now drive to somewhere, whatever the distance, to exercise rather than walk. And that's about it.
But what the thing is, even like people are beefing them. Like I know Liverpool and Newcastle beef them, and I'm not following their policy. And then also teachers are writing letters to the parents like, "Well, if you want to risk your kid's life, send them in." But what Boris said, there's no social distancing in primary school. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah. And they're trying to send the primary school first, isn't it? So like,
yeah.
Okay. 3D Williams said, was anyone supposed to? So there's a lot of questions, like a lot of answers saying, nah, like this is intentional. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Like I watched a tiny clip of it. I couldn't be bothered to even watch it properly, but I watched a tiny clip of him fumbling nonsense. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is the prime minister of a country, any country, let alone one of the fucking like most powerful countries in the fucking world. Like, what the fuck? There's no way on earth that that's an accident that you're so stupid and you're acting so stupid. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing that on purpose, so man can't help it. Like, so later on we can't say, well, you said and this, and it's like, he's like, well, did I? Because I kind of said everything.
So man like Gleam, who's like been a regular friend of the show,
shout out to man like
Gleam has said, this is what he understands of the current lockdown rules. If you see the virus, run and get under the table with wipes or something. I don't know.
He's talking about taking it back to that old nuclear bunker stuff. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, but he's basically saying run, isn't it? Because they're saying stay alert, isn't it? That's the new thing, stay alert.
Like how? What are you supposed to do? Like, you know what though? Yeah, over the weekend I must have walked through Finsbury Park, and then like near one of the entrances, there was this guy just sneezing and coughing. I was like, yeah, forget about it. Let me just go back to where I was going. And it's like, what are you doing? Go home. You stay alert. You're sneezing and coughing. You shouldn't be out here on these streets. But
yeah. That's, you know what? That's another peak thing I see people sharing, and it's a bit. Sneezing's not a symptom of coronavirus.
Yeah, but and coughing. You can't be doing.
Yeah, and coughing. But you know, like
even hitting you like that, you're just messing with my heart right
it's
now.
A bit. Like, it was a bit. You know, the screenshot of the post Ty made a couple of weeks before he passed, or before he went in hospital. That he posted like, I'm on the tube, and someone's like really sneezing a lot next to me, and he goes, usually I wouldn't care, but you know. And like, bro, I can't lie, it was difficult to read. Some of the comments in underneath were difficult to read because there's people going to him like, bro, you're a healthy young man. Like, it's nothing. You could get that and beat it. It's the flu. Like, you know, like them kind of comments. And he's writing underneath like, I'm not shaking right now. Like, I'm not getting caught in the media hype. that kind of energy, you know.
Yeah.
And oh man, and there's the other thing to talk about is the Westwood thing, isn't it? Well, I don't know if we just touched on that before, but
Hey, yo, did you see, oh, I saw it through Terror, but,
I saw a few things.
Shorty Blitz.
Yeah, Shorty Blitz.
Write a comment, because I saw,
Well, I think hundreds of people wrote comments.
underneath
Westwood,
Westwood.
yeah, because Westwood posted on Insta, "R.I.P. my brother" or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I like
Oh,
Shorty Blitz's comment like a lot, because he broke it down. He went, "Yo, do you know what? Even say your R.I.P., but don't say my brother." Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
that's a sarky bit. I know you're being sarky with the my brother, because if he just said R.I.P. heartbreak emoji,
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, what you
But
feel like?
my brother thing,
Well, you feel like
that's being sarky.
You think he intentionally was mocking man's death?
Man's being sarky, yes. Fuck you.
I wasn't taking it to that depth, you know. I wasn't taking it to that depth in my head.
My man says we need to make a surviving Tim Westwood documentary. They want to knock bridge.
So he was mocking him to that. I think he should get punched up then. That's a punch man up thing. That's a punch man up thing.
I think he was being sarky, bro. I can't. It could be just me, and I could be just sensitive or whatever. But in my mind, man's being sarky.
And yeah, if it's that, I just thought it was like, yo, he's saying he's trying to pay his respects, but man, I'm saying it's a bit late for that. Don't be feisty, because you know what I'm saying.
The my brother bit makes me think, that's taking shots slightly, because you two didn't get along, especially now.
Yeah, because there's no way on earth when them like. Because when Ty was posting that surviving Tim Westwood stuff, he was getting tagged in it. I remember Ty actually hotting people up, going, "Don't tag him," trying to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was getting tagged. But Ty was telling people not to, like, don't, like, make it into a thing.
But I think it was also taking shots at the, like, oh, my brother part of that. But honestly, in my mind, it's a sarky thing, because of the type of guy Ty was. I feel like it's a full sarky thing.
Yeah, no, that's a punch man up thing still. That is man should get disciplined for that. You know what I'm saying?
Really, man should get disciplined for the surviving Tim Westwood stuff.
That's really 100. Yeah, man's fully starting on Westwood in the last the last month. Like, yo, man, I've been repping Westwood my whole life. Man's turned on him.
He turned on us, but he turned on us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Savage.
But I see Shorty Blitz's comment, because in my mind, no one ever was thinking about it. Like, no one cared.
I didn't know this happened. Someone brought it to my attention. I went straight to Westwood's thing, and he'd already deleted it. He deleted the post because people would come at him so much. Like, nah, man, people told him delete this. Like, that, what you doing? Don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
allow it. I'm glad if he's deleted it, that makes it a lot better. Not as many hits.
Yeah. So back to this debate. Sam Gregory said you can go out as long as you're 2 feet away from anyone and not just chilling in a highly public space. That felt like the first sensible answer. Like, you're trying to explain what he actually makes of the thing. Yeah, but it don't. It's still not that. You can go out, but stay 2 feet away. That's supposedly, yeah. Danny Ritchie's come again, and he said, turn the volume up on your phone in case you get any alerts.
Oh, because I think it's a stay alert joke.
It's a stay alert joke.
Also, no, they did say something about texting people. Like, I think because people have asked me, have you got your message yet? Oh, well.
And he's Khan Mixalis, I don't know how to pronounce people's names sometimes. He said, you can go out, but you must stay vigilant and alert in case the virus tries to mug you.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so Antonio said, do what you want to do, but if you can't do what you want to do what you can do, but don't do what you can't do if you don't want to.
All right, that's philosophical. I feel like that's something I live by. Don't do what you can't do if you don't want to. No, yeah, I think that's what you said.
I'm saying do what you want, isn't it? It's like man saying, but they're saying do what you want, but the feds might roll up on you for it still.
Although,
and you don't really know what
So apparently the judges have reversed, like, so every arrest or fine given for corona has been reversed.
Everyone. I saw that they said they were illegal. I didn't know that would mean they reversed them.
Yeah, people are gonna get their money back and shit.
Bro, fuck, I thought that was the only thing that the economy was fucking like ragging on at the moment. Yo, we real fucked. Is that why they announced the recession today? Today they said we're getting into the worst recession we've seen in years.
It's always, every recession they say it's the worst one. I was like, can we stop having them then? Yeah, they're great.
So Ruben Best said, stay alert means watch all the people who don't understand from your own home while staying in. Otherwise, nothing has changed. So G Zoe said, we are now allowed to sunbathe or exercise outside for unlimited amount of time, and we can pick a person we don't live with to hang out with, but while socially distanced from them. I think now police aren't going to get in people's business about it, though. She gave a bit of a sensible explanation. I didn't know there's a one person thing you can select. You're only allowed to check one person. Shit, I ain't really gone to check no one yet, so I ain't selected a person yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool right now. A lot of people are like just ignoring the lockdown anyway. Other people are like, I'm gonna continue the lockdown. I'm gonna continue as I've been for a minute.
But I've seen like certain people, so certain of my people them have ignored it entirely. Certain of my people have been like completely following the regulations and guidelines. Certain of people have been going beyond the regulations and guidelines.
Yeah.
And like watching the spectrum of those people change slightly over time.
Yeah.
So now like a little minute in, some of my ones who weren't para at all are now starting to be para.
Yeah.
Like some of the ones who are real strict are starting to relax a bit. And I'm like, yo, that's what I say. We can't judge no one on this stuff. I said that earlier.
I can't. Like, I was savaging people for the 5G thing and all that. But at the end of the day, my real opinion is, we're in a mad time and nobody knows what's going on. And however you feel, however it makes you think and feel, like express yourself. Like cool.
Yeah. Also, to keep it real, 5G was just getting sent to everybody. Like I swear, I had aunties, and I told you, friends that I was.
That's Abby. That's Abby saying, "Let me in." So I'm gonna read one more.
Let's not let her in.
Let's not. Should we leave her muted?
Yeah, let's leave her muted. But
all right. So Sarah, no, Drastic. What's going on? Look at. Do you know? I forgot. You know why Abby is being late? Because she was finishing dyeing her hair.
No, because it's still not the red that I want it, so it's not even that. I dyed it.
She dyed it yesterday. That's why we couldn't do the show yesterday. Yeah, Abby cancelled the show because she's dyeing her hair. And then today she went, "Oh, it's not got red enough, so I'm gonna dye it again." I think that's what's going on.
No, not at all. My phone is on 23%.
All right. Well, it looks lovely.
Thank you. It's still not the red that I want it. I want it this red.
Okay. Okay, mate. Well, hopefully it gets there.
A nice red still. It looked purple a piece still.
That's not what I want to hear, Ben. I want to hear that.
Man, what are you talking about, man? It looks completely red, bruv. Can't see no purple.
I'm just playing with it.
Shout out to Gleam. Gleam is locked in and said, salute, Kings. I hope that he heard us read out his comment, because we did just read a comment a minute ago. So Abby, I'm just going through some comments about this discussion at the moment. So okay. I'm gonna read one more. We got one from Drastic actually. The lockdown is over, but pubs are shut and you can't have a gathering in the park, and only some go back to work. Some do not. Some may go to school, some may not. Roads are busy and no one seems to be as concerned. That's what I see when I go outside. In short, no, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just staying in my yard.
Yeah, same. So yeah.
I don't know why people can't just do that. Like, I go out when I need to, but people need to relax.
No, but we're kind of just discussing whether we're allowed to.
Yeah, but Abby, you've been having house parties in it, man. You've been having. I see you. Like,
what the last episode just not about snitching, bro?
Not literal house parties, but I see you on live. I'm saying, like, you're
more publicly.
Dijon. I mean, like, Dijon is definitely in the chair.
While I'm here in July, I'm having a mini carnival.
I might come, but I'm social distancing from all you lot. I'm gonna chill out there outside the balcony on the other side of the fence, just like near by the bush.
No, I'm like, it'll be there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna chill there. Yeah.
I'm calling police on Nova. There's a guy by the bushes.
Shit. Plenty of space.
Yo, they'll just think I'm the guy from the fucking In Hand video, man. You know what I'm saying?
And stitches. Like, listen, you've got to make the most of it. I've had a couple of people round, but it's not like I'm seeing everyone. Do you know what I mean?
No. All I just mean is let's not all be judgmental, innit? All of us are more relaxed than certain people. Like there's certain people out here that are very, very strict on this thing.
Another comment, Rachel Nanikan. We've got a comment from Rachel Nanikan that's saying, do the opposite of what would actually make sense when trying to contain a highly contagious airborne virus.
You see,
that's the new rules.
See, that's basically. You know what? I don't understand why they're trying to open the schools except to send people to work.
I'm not sending my child back to school. Nope.
Me neither, man. No way.
You mad?
Yeah. It feels like they don't care about your kids. It don't feel like they don't care about our kids.
Well, what I see someone say the other day is like the private schools are not going back where all of their kids go, innit? So as soon as the private schools go back, then the other schools can go back.
The private schools ain't even guaranteed to open in September. They're just like definitely not opening before then.
Yeah.
My child could go back to school next year.
What's that?
My child can go back to school next year.
Yeah, that's same to be honest.
I want business because I'm not they want kids to go back in June. They break up in July anyway, so you want to try kill kids in 4 weeks, and then summer holidays for everyone.
Yeah. Forget all that.
Was your daughter doing GCSEs this year or next year? I should pass it.
No, she's got her mocks this year. Had her mocks this year.
She's unlucky, man. She's unlucky because everyone who got it this year didn't have to do them.
No, yeah, but then it delays it though. They're still gonna they get their predicted grades, isn't it?
Instead, yeah. Then that's it. They don't.
If your predicted grade is shit, and
but you're allowed to, if your predicted grade is shit, you are going to be allowed to take an exam to up it. That's the one thing.
But have they made that clear?
I think I looked into that because my auntie. I was going to say my cousin, but my auntie. I've got an auntie who's that age, funnily enough. But yeah, she's in that situation.
Well,
I don't know. When I was young, the predicted grades tried to do man over a bag of time still. I don't know.
Bro, if your predicted grades are allowed, and it's not just the predicted grades, the teachers are going to look at your predicted grades from your last year, etc., and they're also gonna make a decision based. Look at your work from this year. They're gonna make a decision. I feel like most students, they should take it into consideration and lean your decision in a positive way more than a negative, considering all these circumstances. Obviously, some teachers are fucking assholes and will do the opposite, but some people might end up with better off grades. Fuck knows, man.
Hopefully.
This year is just who would have thought?
I feel sorry for young people in general, just because I was thinking if I was like 15, between 15 and 21 right now, and you're just missing out on your teenage summers.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna start rebelling depending how long this goes for, and start having like parties in the park and stuff.
But they're doing it already, man. I'm not gonna throw any children. I'm not gonna throw no young people in my own family or fucking surrounding that fucking close community under the bus.
Do the 6-9 thing, you get me?
Yeah.
You get me?
They do they're slightly doing it, but they're kind of allowed to now. That's what I don't know, man. They've got supposed to socially distance, whatever. We got a comment from Leslie Taylor, who is AKA Mama Flip, and she said, "And you can go to clubs in the afternoon, but not dance." What does that mean? You're like, are there clubs that are open? She said, but not dance, and then she said, "No change there for you, Nova." It's like, because I wouldn't be dancing anyway. And I'm like, right, I had my dancing days,
Auntie Leslie dropping shade still.
I'm like, yo, I used to dance. I used to dance in certain times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, listen though. Auntie Leslie is turn up queen as well.
So I'm not really.
She'll be in the front. She'll be in the front. We go concerts. You get me? I'll be at the front. Auntie Leslie.
Yeah, them UK hip hop nights. I'm chilling. Yeah.
Drinking. You get me?
All right. Adam Lancaster said, "If you're wealthy, stay safe at home. If you're not wealthy and you are a pleb, go to work and die."
It's a bit harsh.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much.
You say
and die, motherfuckers.
Die like all the bus drivers. I swear, the amount of bus drivers that's died is our madness. We don't even touch them people. So that's why I'm like, don't send people to
I'm not
school.
driving. All the bus drivers should have just protested. Why was there public transport anyway? If it's lockdown, how are you still running public transport for people to be breathing over everyone? Zane,
It's mad.
What's going on, Zane?
Say hello, Zane.
Hello, Zane.
Yes, my G.
Speak. Say hello. Hello. Why are you being shy for? Like you've always got these. You usually got a lot to say. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, you're live to the world, man.
Yeah, he's playing with Stevie.
What do you think of your mum's hair, Zane?
Zane, Ben's talking to you.
What do you think of your mum's hair?
Do you like my hair?
Yeah.
That's the right answer, Zane.
My son.
So, Def Jeff made a comment saying, "All I see is rappers filming music videos," and then he shared something from the shade room from Fredo, saying a screenshot saying of him doing a casting call saying, "I need 30 gassed up teenagers for a mosh pit in my next video setting," and then cutting to the actual scene of 30 youths pushing each other around and like literally touching each other. So pause.
Listen, I was saying to someone, if I'm gonna look up about how many of them men survive, in the next 2 weeks, and if all of them live, I'm back on the road. Forget this thing. Like, if you saw them, man, was all touching each other, it was all pushing each other, it was breathing on each other, passing zoots probably. We may as well just see if them man live. That's the test group for Hoodman.
Oh, look, there's a comment now, This comment needs a share screen moment. This comment, because it's a link. I don't know if you guys have all seen this, but I'm just going to share the screen.
Where are you reading these comments?
I'm reading them from the post on my
on YouTube.
Thing, innit? Here, this is going. I'm going to Instagram, Or share screen. This is a share screen moment. I don't even know if I can full screen it.
Yeah, I can see.
But we can see it. All right.
You can.
But this is the speech. This is Boris's speech. I didn't even watch it. So let's watch it.
Now almost 2 months since the people of this country began to put up with pussy-clad restrictions on their freedom, your freedom, of a kind that we have never seen before in peace or war. But right now, I'm going to introduce a new something where we're going to use to tackle the coronavirus. One must be mad if you think that we're not going to go back to work right now and earn ourselves some money. The bank, them bust, everything sell off. We're broke right now, I tell you. One period I have. So don't listen to me, pussy. We will be using this coronavirus threat level meter. You see, when it's up on green, that means everything crisp, nice.
Yeah.
Police brutality will still be present. When it is on red, number 5, that means lockdown, everything mash up, fuck up. That's pussy club. Right now we're at level 4. And it's still dangerous, you fuck, but just still have to go to work. Listen, you have to go in now, but yeah, say, go to fucking work. Now almost 2 months since the people of this country began to put up with
stop. Let me stop that. It looped.
That's basically what man said. But that was a much more honest thing. Yo.
Freedom.
Shout out to Refix.
Yeah, always classic, man.
They always drop jewels, but they did it.
Sarah Jazz said, "You may put your left foot in and your left foot out, but at some point you may get fined if you shake it all about."
Okay. Okay. Listen, you know what? Everyone's being clearer than what I saw. If anybody watched what I saw, it come like man just trying not to get nicked. That's like man in the station who don't want to say no comment and they're trying to tell a story.
Yeah.
Well, no, I kind of did. No, I didn't though. We
had a lot of the game, like it's basically everyone's saying the same thing in different funny ways. So it's funny reading them all out. But Ara from Jump Off. Yeah, we've got a lot of the gamers commenting here. Said, "Yep." Like, so he's saying he does understand, and he said, "Whatever you think is safe unless you get caught and it isn't safe."
Okay. The clarity I'm getting from your comments right now, fam, is important.
Floyd Dean said, "I think Boris said babbly bobbly while fucking about like a chimpanzee trying to copulate with a doorknob. That's what I was able to figure out anyway. I'll go with that." And then Prince Kong said, "Yeah, I think he's headlining One Nation at Bagley's."
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, because two twos. That sounded more like what Boris said.
Yeah.
That wasn't a clarification. You get me?
Nah.
I think Boris is just mumbling, mate.
Shout out to these mumblers.
All right, one more in this thing, and then there's a couple other questions I asked. So Sue Brent said, whatever you think you should do, don't. But whatever you do, don't enjoy it. And if you do, you must do the opposite. Don't tell anyone what to do in case they don't know how to not do it. Okay. So there's another ball of confusion.
Well, these sound like like when people on Instagram put up them daily affirmations and that.
Yeah.
That's when I read them sometimes, that's what it sounds like to me, like what these people are saying.
Yeah.
Don't do it, but do it. But do it for yourself. But do it for yourself and for other people, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't get none of it.
Crazy out here.
Shout out to Boris Johnson for confusing England and trying to get us all killed.
Yeah. Well, that was a bunch, and then there's more stuff, but I also asked, so which people and industries are back at work? And then today I just asked, are we still in lockdown? Which is the important.
Can I ask you both? So you both said you're not sending your kids to back to school, yeah?
Yeah.
And so that's what I've heard from a lot of people. So a lot of people in my family are saying the same thing. They're not taking risk, yeah? So what are you not going to do? How are you going to educate your children between now and next year?
I'm in a difficult situation. Let Abby answer that first.
Or what do you think parents should do if you don't want to make it personal in general?
I'll say it on a personal as well, but it's just my situation is a bit different. So I'll let Abby speak first anyway, because I've been chatting for an hour.
We've been homeschooling them anyway, so I don't really see why now they got to go back in June for a few weeks and then it's summer holidays. It's pointless. Like, they'll be going back in September. Hopefully, they're talking about people going back to work, my workplace, possibly around September, October. If that's the case, then most schools will go back around then. But it depends on what's happening, because everyone's just too fast. And now there's like a second wave of corona, like, that's going to hit. And it's scary. Like, you just don't know, innit? Like, I don't know where these kids have been or where they saying I'm on a live. Yes. Sorry.
It's all right. It's relevant to the question.
Real relevant to the question.
They eating too much. They eat too much when they're off school. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's too soon. Everyone's just rushing. Like, as soon as Boris made his announcement, how packed out was the tube the next day?
Yeah.
People stupid.
I swear the tubes should stay in packed because less of them are running and bad people still got to work.
Yeah.
So Boris apparently had COVID-19. He had coronavirus, and then he's just about recovered, even though he doesn't look like he's recovered. And then he's telling people, and then he's telling people, you can go out, but you can't go out. You can go to work, but don't go to work. Like, what are you talking about? He doesn't even know.
Yeah, he don't, man.
Confident enough to be handling this pandemic straight. Like, he's not in a position. I don't think he's the right person to be handling it. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Confusing people. He's panicking and it's sending mixed messages, and he's just going to fuck up the country.
Yeah. It's a madness.
It's just,
wait.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush to send my kids back to school because you can teach them at home.
Yeah.
So you're gonna teach them at home? That's what I was asking. Are you
my thing's a bit difficult because obviously my daughter doesn't live with me full time. She was for a little bit recently, but she's not again now. She's back with her mum, so I'm not around her every day to do the homeschooling. But that I agree with what Abby said. That's my choice. Yeah. But I'm just in a difficult situation because my daughter's like in the middle of moving. She's probably going to move to a different school when she goes back. So it's all a bit of a disruption going on for her right now. So it's a worry for me because her schooling this year has been disrupted a lot already, and then this coronavirus thing came along.
I think you should worry because obviously that's all going to be taken into account where she's concerned, and with people that are her age and my daughter's age, they're kind of more responsible to just log online to Google Classroom and do what they
Yeah, yeah, you think so, innit?
That's like my daughter all the time, because like I'm like, are you not meant to be doing work? Like, it's like
Yeah.
no question. So it's on them, innit? If you want, I say to her, if you want to fail, don't do the work, innit?
No, of course. But so for my daughter, it's a difficult one. It's year 9 she's in. When she goes back in, that's the important year's beginning of really studying for your GCSEs and stuff. But she's missed the mock bit in the build up, and it's like she's missed a lot of work in school this year. So it's difficult to get her in the mode of doing it at home right now. My thing is, what my answer is, what I'm looking into doing at the moment is getting her some tutoring situation. You know, I don't know what kind of tutoring things are going on. It might be a Zoom tutoring situation that you can get to.
You can make an online tutoring.
Yeah, so I'm basically applying for something at the moment to get some support for her because of her current situation, and just like get her some homeschooling and tutoring, because I'm not with her to do it myself as well. So I'm gonna like probably work out a way or pay for someone to do some extra bits with her to prepare her for going into the next new year, you know, potentially in a new school. But yeah, that's my answer. If they said no, you can send her back tomorrow, we'll get on with educating her and catching her up, I would be saying no. So I'll stick with my external plan.
It's too soon. It's like, it's not safe. And you see that meme going around of, well, not a meme, but a picture of these school children in a playground, and then
in the squares.
You know, like, what is that? That's some horror movie. Like,
yeah. Also, kids ain't gonna be doing that.
That's a horror movie. Like, what?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
we gotta treat our kids like, we gotta value our kids like they value their kids, and they ain't sending their kids nowhere. So don't do it. They do it. But you know what? Yeah, don't get too caught up in having to teach them 8 hours a day. They're only gonna learn like for 1 hour a day anyway.
Yeah, for real.
And there's no school terms anymore, so try to teach them less. In like,
I do 2 hours a day with Zane.
Yeah, that's all you need. You don't need to do more than that. Anyway.
12. He gets up, has breakfast from 10 till 12. I do work with him. 12, he has his lunch, then he can go and play with his friends.
Yeah, that's all he needs.
That's it. And then in the evening, we read before he goes to bed.
Yeah, because they don't really learn more than that a day anyway.
That's
the rest of the time is just so they're there when you're at work.
And they got to be in the mood to learn. And the thing is, we ain't teachers. We can teach them different things, but we're not academic teachers in that sense. We don't get paid to do that. We haven't been trained to do that.
Yeah.
And I think, like with my son, he's quite disruptive. Like if he's in a classroom at school, everybody's doing the same thing, so he's more inclined to do it. But when he's at home, it's like, I don't want to be doing this. Like, why am I doing work? Like, I'm at home, kind of thing. That's the mentality.
Yeah, of course.
He's not having it. And then his friends will knock for him, and like he'll just have a hissy fit because I'm telling him no, Zane's doing his work, knock for him later. And he don't like it. But it's like, you have to do your work. Like, it's balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know it's not great, but
I'll be pissed right now and happy. It depends what age of schooling you're in, but
yeah.
18-year-olds right now are pissed, man. All the ones that was going to book festivals, and it's horrible.
All right, so the other question, I want to get through some of these responses. So I'm saying who's back at work, and like specifically what industries, you know? So Daniel Blaze said the only thing I'm seeing closed shop-wise is the barbers, as if everything else open. I don't make sense because Nando's ain't open to just go and sit in and eat, and I can't, and they're not delivering to my house, so fuck them. Are they delivering to yours? Have you checked if you can order Nando's yet?
I haven't tried, no.
My daughter can order Nando's, so I've been meaning to get her to order one so I can just go pick it up from her yard. You know what I'm saying?
I have ordered food though, so food.
Bro, I've fucking ordered food non-stop, bro. I mean, like, so much pizza is ridiculous.
Like, I've been ordering stuff. I ordered some Korean burger, the cockfighter. I think that's what it's called, but yeah, pause. Cockfighter. It was dope still. It was good.
All right. I got onto the last couple of weeks. I had the Domino's the other day, but the last week and a bit, I've tried to get healthy. I had a salad today, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was my dinner today. Was a big, big salad. Done my thing.
I like I like a nice salad. You can have
Yeah, no, it was good, man. I've been trying to do it like at least 2 days a week. Like last week, I did it 2 days. I just had salad for dinner, and then, but the rest of that's only because I'm not starting to notice the chubby Nova come back. Do you know what I'm saying? Because since the lockdown, the amount of pizzas I've had and the like burgers, and just because I'm just ordering them in it, like I'm like, yo, fuck it, order this.
I get texts every Tuesday from Domino's, 2 for 2 Tuesday, and I'm like, can you stop texting me, please?
I get the text from Domino, from Papa John's, and Pizza Hut now because I've ordered them all recently, and it's like, yo, I'm just seeing all these different offers, and I'm like, yo.
Uber Eats be emailing me like, yo, famo, you ain't ordered in a couple of days, or cool. I'm like, I'm cool.
Bro, I got a terrible. I asked this online the other day, like, what should I get tonight? I went like, I've been healthy all week, so what is it tonight? Domino's or Papa John's? You know what I'm saying? And like, people are like, yeah, Domino's, and I get Papa John's a lot because it's a bit cheaper. The deals are a bit cheaper. Even though someone said to me the other day, someone answered, was Aura Harmonic said, nah. She was like, get Domino's, Papa John's is for the 1%, like as if it was more expensive, yeah. I was like, no, but Domino's is more expensive, yeah.
That's not what she meant.
Nah, that is what she meant. And then she went to me, I can't see nothing on that menu under £20, yeah. I said, I only look at the deals. Anyone who orders from the main menu is for the 0.5% of either of them.
You gotta look at the deals. I thought she meant like, because one time we tried, what's it? I tried to order from Papa John's and someone was like, yo, no, you can't. That the guy that owns it is racist. Yeah,
racist thing. Someone said that to me the other day as well. Someone said that to me, yeah, it's racist. But I've already looked into that before I ordered from them time ago and seen that he retired from the company. Do you know what I'm saying? Although I think he probably still got shares and still getting P. So maybe fuck a minute.
I still watch Clint Eastwood movies. Listen, we gotta just live in it.
Gotta live in it. But I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself today and go Domino's. And it was terrible. The one thing about Domino's is you usually know what it's like. You know what you're getting because it come like the McDonald's. You know that every burger is the same. Like every topping is the same. It was the worst pizza I've ordered in so long. So I complained, and now they owe me a free pizza. So.
You always get free pizzas.
I do, innit?
Where every time you order a pizza, you get a free one.
No.
20 pizzas.
You got a good relationship with these.
Honestly, Abby,
you got bare free chickens from there as well.
Honestly, Abby, not every time. I'm telling you, I'm saying I've ordered 2 pizzas a week since the start of the lockdown. So like, I don't get a free one every time. Like, this is the first free one I got.
Free pizzas, so you get.
Yo, this is turning into a food review show.
Anyway, all right. So right. Well, why did that even start? Anyway, so people going back to work. Manic MC said he's back tomorrow. So Jamie Milky Matthews said, I work in a cemetery and we ain't stopped working. God.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that was supposed to be. I don't know if that was supposed to be dark humor or he meant it.
I don't know what it was, but it was
dark humor.
That's the best one. There's not gonna be nothing better than that.
Ryan Murphy said, I'm back. This is week 3 back. I'm working at a builder's merchant at the moment, but I should be fixing boats in the Caribbean. This has fucked my plans right up. Just delayed though. It's all still go as soon as we're approved and the airport opens again. So he had a nice job in the Caribbean. Fucking hell. Sorry for him, man.
I thought fixing bolts was slang for beating things or something. I was like, what's he mean fixing bolts?
He might mean plastic surgery. He's going to be a plastic surgeon. Now fixing people's faces, isn't it?
Is he a plastic surgeon?
He might be, innit? He speaks. Yeah, I don't know. But I think plastic surgeons are not working. It's builders, and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's certain types of fucking working class jobs are getting sent back, bro.
Dentists ain't working, so yeah, you're right. It's
I need the dentist, bro. I'm riding it out. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I had an appointment. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Boris said we can hit road. They said no.
A few people saying they've worked it through. Sarah Jazz said, I'm a vocal coach. I had 2 weeks off work while I adjusted and sorted things. 2 kids at school. Then I took my whole business online. Lost about 3 students, but I've gained 5 since. Wow, I'm giving that a love reaction. And you know what? That's what my mum's done with her business as well. She's like capitalized on this moment. Worked out how to do her work online via Zoom, and it's flourished a little, you know. So
I think think that's what's come out of this for a lot of people. Everyone's kind of been more innovative, and like they're using their social media platforms to still continue doing what they're doing, be it DJs, be it like fitness, like people doing their fitness routines and workouts, and people going on like all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's been good for people, because you need to have an alternative plan, innit? Like if you can't get to where you need to go, you need to be able to still do your business, innit? And do what it is you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. I've done that. I've been adjusting, man. Today I've been just planning stuff, man. I've been like working out my plans of what am I gonna do. And if I'm not gonna work, because I work in events and events are done, I'm like, okay, there's other stuff I want to do. I want to make documentaries with some of this content we talk about. So I started locking my head down today, actually, to just say, right, how am I going to make these documentaries? Let's make some actual plans. I was on the phone to Show and Prove, actually, be earlier for fucking hours. And we're chopping up ideas and shit.
I was going to say to what Abby said, that one of the things also that's come through is that a lot of businesses don't need to exist from the workplace. So like Twitter has said that all their employees can now work from home forever.
Wow.
Yeah, so like they said that after this, why are these people coming in? They work on computers.
Yeah,
like,
and you're fucking renting out some mad, probably them kind of buildings that you've probably got some mad expensive like office space. But have one little office over there that one guy can check into or whatever, where you keep.
Triple works in Google, and he's like the 5-star chef.
Yeah,
makes the lunches. Like I'm saying, they got a 5-star chef.
Google are about that though. They're about that work environment, and I respect it a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, because that guy could cook. I'm not playing with.
But that's different. That way, that kind of a company is not just putting man into a space, put man at a desk to make sure he's working. Yeah, that's that thing that guy can do from home from a comfort. It's better. You know what I'm saying? With Google, a company like that are trying to create that home space, or better than home space for you, with beanbags everywhere and a fucking gourmet chef. And
it's like fairgrounds at Google.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's sick. You know what I'm saying?
But I think with online platform, you should be able to work from home. It's online, so
apart from the little African kids digging the coal boat for their servers.
Yeah. Let's not forget.
They're just me being a bastard. Anyway, I feel like a lot of places are never gonna go back to how they were. Like it won't just be Twitter. There'll be a bunch of businesses like, go stay home. We don't need you here. Yeah.
All right, last question. The main question I asked today, and we should really wrap this up. I thought we'd wrap it up after an hour because we were just doing it ourselves today. But because Abby took so long, I thought we should hang out a bit more.
I'm on 11%.
You're on 11%. So cool. We'll go within the 10 minutes. All right. Are we still in lockdown? What's that, Abby?
I said wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Are we still in lockdown? 3D Williams to Are we still in lockdown said, depends what the weather's like where you are, apparently. Kirsty Hansford said, who knows anymore with the amount of people out and about, #idiots. Caris Jeanette Jones said, North London says no, I guess. Hampstead Heath packed. Nero Williams said, looks like June 1st is the date they've slapped on it. That's when the factory workers and schools are back.
Not my son.
Madonna Jackson said, cry face emoji. Sherry Arlett said, no, the people have spoken. Nicole Asia Andrews said, good question. Luke Maverick said, until the kids go back to school and I don't have to queue to get to the supermarket, it's looking very much like a lockdown to me. Fair enough, to a degree. Dean Allen Finch said, no idea. Gary Brian Butler said, West London forgot about that after the toilet roll and pasta day.
The toilet paper.
That was like 6 weeks ago. You're saying West London ain't been on lockdown since.
I ain't gonna lie, my ends ain't been on lockdown. Bare the business has been open. Like the internet cafe was open the other day, and I was
wow.
But on the ends, there's people without internet at home. Like it's a privilege thing. It's like
and all them fingers on keyboards and
But let's say you're over here and all your family back home, and the only way you can communicate with them is through the internet. Then it is what it is.
if you're in this day and age and you ain't got a smartphone, you're done out here.
Yeah.
But there are people that's done out here. That's most of the country at food banks done out here or working
To be able
working
to,
at them jobs where they only get paid by the day or whatever, like where they don't know if they're working tomorrow. Like,
yeah, but a lot of people are on furlough as well. So
not most people though.
I said a lot. I didn't say
Bare people are done out here though. I'm telling you, the game is fried.
this whole is done out here.
It's the food bank queues are madness. It look like outside Tesco's right now.
All right, so Gary Brian Butler already said that comment. Danny Ritchie said the death toll is back to over 500. So I'm guessing by the 1st of June, it will be back on 1,000 a day or more. That's just his prediction with the way that things have gone in reducing things a little. Bianca Grant said, according to Clapham Common, no, in capitals.
For real, much for that too.
Julia Armour Trading said, I am. Ria Patterson said, are you really asking, with pure fucking laughing face emojis and big eyes? And I said, I'm not sure. I really want the answer. Like, she said, okay, good luck with searching for that. I feel it for you.
Yeah, because I'm more confused at the end of this show than I was before it started. People have added stuff out. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
And most people don't know. I would have one more question, one more answer from Sam Gregory, who on the other one was one of the people who tried to give a real answer. So maybe this will be a good way to end it. I don't know what this answer is. I haven't read it though. And he said, everything seems normal apart from queuing at shops and stuff. Still staying in though. But I've seen neighbours on my street having a barbecue with quite a few people I know they don't live with, just sat on the deck chairs in the middle of a public footpath, shake my head. Okay, that wasn't that, no? Okay, unlucky. I thought we might have got some last minute gems.
Yeah,
not.
Final thought, stay in your ass house.
I'm coming to check both of you this week.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was on the phone to someone the other day and they was like, have you gone to check B? And I was just like I haven't even hollered you to say, yo, come and check you. Like, you're someone who people come and check at your yard and all of that. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to check B. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not, like, whether that was something you still going to do, I was like, I'm not going to try and risk bringing COVID-19 into B's house. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Yeah. No,
I think you two should come down and we'll do our next podcast from mine because
I see you've been having friends over and that. So yeah, oh my god, no 6ix9ine.
No, but listen.
On the front line and they've been tested and they're COVID free. So
I haven't, innit? So tell them to get me a test, yeah, and then I'll take the test.
Because it goes up your nose and down your throat.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, I don't want that. No.
It looks like the old STD test. The game man flashback.
We really need that information. But
yeah, but I guess we are allowed to. Like, the rules now. Go on.
Yeah, you can come. Like, we could do the podcast. We could be outside, like on this couch here. So
we got to be two. No, we can't. We got to be 2 meters apart.
No. Look, I've got stools as well, so we could spread out.
Abby, I have been on that. I have sat on that balcony before. There is not 2 meters on either side of you.
But I've got stools. Like, look, like.
Yeah, but the stool can't.
That balcony is about 2 meters long.
It's a nice balcony. I'm not dissing the balcony as well. It's a nice space, but.
See my little bulbs.
Yeah, they are there, dope.
See it there? Jeez.
Where we go? Lighting up the rods. All right, let's get out of here. I think we're gonna come back Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thursday, I think we should do the show about. Well, you missed this bit, Abby. You know all of these versus battles, like the Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu. So we want to do a show about those where we talk about the battles that have happened a little bit, and also where we talk about UK rappers. Like, we try and match them up. Like, who do we think would be good against who?
Right.
And then maybe what's that?
Got a little bit of footage so we can share the screen.
Yeah, I'll share people's songs a little bit, and yeah, maybe. But also, if we come up with some good ones, maybe in the following weeks we'll actually do the clash. That we'll play the songs 10 for 10 and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that, and the other one was, there was a meme to do with that said a picture of Drake, and it said, "Can anyone go 10 for go?" Not didn't say 10 for 10, but hit in a hit. Can anyone beat Drake in a hit battle? As if it was kind of implying no, they can't. And I was obviously winding up the UK hip hop fans by posting that and kind of standing by it. So that's part of the conversation as well.
Who was you?
All right, we'll talk.
I was saying that there's not many. I was saying there's not many in the conversation that can go with Drake. But then obviously, what's that?
Did you say Kanye?
I said Kanye and Jay are the two people that potentially could have in the conversation first. And
Jay
then
and Kanye.
I don't know. Kanye got the most singles, man. Like the most hit singles, man.
The thing is, Kanye should be in a producer battle.
Like, because Kanye's greatest production, is his really.
He should be in a fashion battle.
He's a bigger artist now than he is a producer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to see him in a producer battle because he just made hits that people don't know he's made. So
yeah.
It'll be mad. It'll be a madness.
Battle, because he's talented. Don't get me wrong. I've always said Kanye is talented, but he just annoys me.
All right, whatever, man. Let's get out of here. Top 5 that are alive.
See you later.
Stay on here for a minute as well, though.
Like I did
let's sign out. Let's just look at the comments quick. Wait, Gleam. We were second in the world for preparedness. Then Boris Johnson et al. Deliberately de-prepared us. There was a plan in place, but Boris chopped it last year. Interesting. All right, Flip Life Media, we out. We'll be back soon. We think Thursday. All right, end stream.